Wiping this down, giving the little green truck a little love. It's late fall. Probably drive it a little more now that's not getting hot. I'm sitting there wiping it down. I stare up at the shelf and I have an idea. Vroom-be vroom-be vroom. So there's those square scoops right there. And that is a beautiful engine. But if you look at some of the nostalgia videos, you can actually see the scoops in here going blah, blah, under said scoop. I mean, what is the point of the scoop if you don't have something sticking out of the hood? Let's see. Let's just take a look-see. And there's no plate mounted, but get the plate mounted on. Maybe a little bit of a riser. Yeah. Feed me, Seymour. Feed me. I'm thinking. Because that's just sitting loose. You get the bottom plate on it. That's going to put it up about yay high. Maybe put a small riser on it. It's got a nice growler on there. I am liking it. Let's see if I can find the plates and the things and see what that would do. Yes. But before we get that far, I should at least finish getting this down cleaned up. So we'll get this guy done, gear wipe down, and then I'll go looking for some plates and see if I want to do that. Okay, so I've got a couple different kits. You need the plate for the mounting plate that goes underneath and the carburetor plate that goes on top of the carburetor. The downside I really have is these kind of take this skinny little filter versus this massive filter. So you have way more filtration and more airflow through this guy, but it's pulling all the air from underneath the hood, where the hood scoops will fit up through, the guy that before drilled those two holes in it. So, they're drawing a little bit of air through there and dumping on, plus the heat of the engine. But let's be honest, most of this, stickers and all don't add horsepower. It's more for the looks. So you need your plate that goes on the carburetor. And so that fits on there all nicely. And then you have screws that the filter has to then go on, which now I'm not sure if you got to put the metal plate on, then the filter. Actually, I'm pretty sure you got to do this thicker plate, because then this plate screws to that. Those plates screw to this. See, that's threaded. So yeah, this has to go on here, and that screws to this plate. Then the filter goes over the top with larger wing nut that holds it on, and then the air cleaner just sits right up on top of it. And if I go with this one, a little bit smaller than the other one's a dual or 4 carburetor. This is a 2 carburetor. It goes something like that. There it is. Plus I got to get the little baffles and everything in. That definitely looks more menacing. It is definitely high enough that that is going to hit. Yep. And so we do have to notch that out. And then the little snorkels will stick up through there, and I truly feel will be worth it. So I'm gonna throw it together a little bit more and see how that looks. Definitely more race car-y. I also might put a riser on this and put it up a little bit taller. I don't know. We can play with that too. Look at some different options. Because let me think about it. Actually, over here somewhere, my pile of stuffs. Fall down. Yeah. And with all the dust on it. So I think if I put something like that, I could even get a little bit more height out of it. So I can throw that in the, on top of the carburetor. That'll get it up out of the hood a little bit more. So, yeah. Very cool, I say. All fresh air. Then it's all drawn from outside. Well, it's not mounted hard to the carburetor, but we got the linkage on. I smell fuel like mad, so when that runs, we definitely have the brum, 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 brum. So that's running. Got to get that mounted. Now I got to decide, am I keeping it and cutting a hole in the hood? Got to be honest, I'm liking it. So I am liking what I'm seeing. I've put Sharpies on our corners, closed the hood down, put some tape layouts there. If we close our hood down, I've got just the thickness of the tape for clearance all the way around. So now I'm gonna cover the engine with a blanket and get out the saw. Cut a big ass hole in the hood. Well, now we have a very scary hole in the hood. There's no turning back from there because you're not gonna patch that in. But with the hole there, we can now close her down. And there we go. Look at that. All right, let's clean it up. Oh, gotta open the right button. Let's get the shavings off and see what that looks like. Well, I gotta say, hello, Bob. I like it. I like it a lot. And the piece of resistance. Hello. Hood all the way down. Baffles work. Has good clearance. So, just need to cut me a hole out of that to patch the hole that they put in over there. I'm going to get some little rubber beading and do some trim stuff around this and kind of glue in a little rubber seal around that. But for right now, I'm just going to put a little bit of touch-up paint on it. I still need to take this off, and it's still a little loose. I need to take a couple of the bolts off underneath. I got to tighten up the air cleaner to it. And that is her new intake. I think that's way more menacing. I think it looks really badass. I'm giving it 2 thumbs up. Thumb and a thumb. I would do that with both hands, but you know, dropping the phone and all. So Stickers has a new intake. It definitely shows off that big carburetor. That's where that is. I'm really liking it. I'm not even going to try starting it tonight. I'm sure it's flooded like mad. I've been pumping it and playing with it. So thank you to alls. I hope you like it. Stickers has a new intake. Pretty badass, don't you think? I think it does.